Hello, let's play a bunch of New York Times games, but first we reveal our dad joke of the day. What do computers eat for a snack? Microchips. Hopefully my computer doesn't eat its own microchips. All right. Well, I'd like to thank 3 people for re-upping their membership for another month. Mortar Shell, a super supporter for 9 months. Thank you so much for being a super supporter. Very much appreciate your support, both financially as well as in the comment section, always. Heather Trigg has a new month, and so does Disco Lemonade. So thank you, thank you. If you would like to become a member, it is that join button under the video. All right. So let's start with connections. We're finding 4 groups of 4. We've got cream alternative, so like soy or oat. Okay. We got Pearl River, best eggshell, oyster garage, nail gloss, select arena, classic elite, flower, and matte. I mean, I saw cream and eggshell, which are both off-white colors. White/off-white. I don't know how you want to put that. Pearl is a white color. Is oyster a white color? I don't know. They're all like up here though. They're all near each other, and they sometimes do that to make you see it immediately and then trick you because it's red herring. So let's hold off on that. Alternative like is and classic are types of music. I do want to try to get purple first today because I'm wearing purple. We'll see how hard the puzzle is. I make a judgment based on that. Best. Best is kind of interesting. What are we putting with best? Elite, maybe? But like, are there actually 2 others? Not really. Huh. We've kind of got like a pearl, a gloss, and a matte, which are like paint styles. Like glossy paint, matte finish. Are there like 2 others? I don't know if pearl would be one. Classic can be so many things. Flower. Nail as in like a fingernail, or nail as in like use a hammer on a nail. Or you can nail it. Like you can do really well on something. You nailed it. Cream, best, and nail can mean the same thing too. Like you won very easily. You cream the competition. You best them. You nail them. Is there a 4th one though? Elite is not a verb. Elite is an adjective. Not really seeing a 4th, and they are all on top of each other, so I'm not sure if that's it. I'm getting a little confused. River. Garage. Garage door. Garage. Alternative. Select. Select can mean best. We could put best, elite, and select, like the select. It's been selected by, I don't know, you know what I mean. It's the select version of it. They've personally selected it as high quality. I don't know what the 4th would be still. Alternative, I don't really see as the same thing. The cream of the crop? I don't know. It's a stretch. Classic, maybe? They mean slightly different things. I mean, cream of the crop, I'm just like, you wouldn't normally just say cream on its own. And then classic feels like a different thing than elite. I don't know. I still think gloss and matte might go together. Maybe with pearl. Oyster sauce. Oyster. I don't like, at this point, I'd be locking stuff in if I was confident in anything. But I'm not. So we're going to keep looking for anything at this point. River. I don't know what River's doing. Isn't there some kind of celebrity named River? I doubt it's that. Best man. Best can be so many things. I'm trying to see if there's like a fill in the blank that might be purple, but I think the best I've got is best, elite, select, and either classic or cream. Let's try classic. I'm going to see if this is a category. No, that's one away. So probably not classic. I don't know. Do I try? I don't like chasing one aways. I hate it. It just uses up mistakes. So let's hold off on that and find another category. We know that these three probably go together. So we can ignore them. Gloss and pearl and matte feel like paint styles. I don't know, is classic a paint style then? Eggshell's a color, not a finish. Is pearl though? I don't know. The other thing I could try is cream eggshell oyster. Like I really think this is a red herring because of the placement, but I'd like to see if it is or not. No, see, it's not even one away. I'm making mistakes that I shouldn't because I'm a little desperate. I'm not sure I'm not seeing categories. So does that mean cream does go with, like, I'm wondering if these are one of each. They do rainbow herrings where it's like a category that they try to make obvious, but it's actually one of each color and they build the puzzle around it. So I don't know, maybe I can try to build a category around eggshell. Something that's brittle, something that's protective. Like you can be walking on eggshells is like a phrase. So like eggshells, nails, like things you don't want to walk on metaphorically. Like you have to be careful. You're walking on eggshells. I don't know, something about nails. What else would it be though? Flower? River? I'm just trying to think about things you'd walk on or wouldn't want to walk on. I don't know. What is this? Maybe it's nothing. Are you walking on oysters? I mean, this is my thought at the moment, but like I'm down to two mistakes, and that's very, very much a stretch of a category. Am I just going to get nothing today? That would be very unfortunate. I mean, obviously we have the option to do classic and alternative. I don't know, like a garage band, maybe. Is there a fourth kind of band? I don't think arena is a band type. Flower, like in the 60s. I don't know. Cream is the name of a band. So there's cream, there's pearl jam. But cream is completely spelled out, whereas pearl jam would be two words. I don't think that's it. Garage, classic, and alternative. Is there another kind of rock? Or is it just blank rock? Is garage rock even a thing? I think gloss. Isn't gloss like 80s? Or am I thinking of a different word? Glam. I'm thinking of glam, not gloss. Good thing I didn't do that. Oh boy, is arena rock a thing? Like, okay, you can play out of your garage. You can also play out of an arena. But it doesn't feel like a category to me. The best rock. Cream rock. Pearl rock. Oyster rock. No, none of this works. All right, so the best I've got is elite, best, and select. At this point, I'm tempted to try it with cream. But it just doesn't feel right to me, but I don't think it would be eggshell or oyster or pearl. And if I'm right about it being a rainbow herring, it's got to be one of those. So I guess I will try it. All right, that was correct. Finest, the cream. Okay, well, call someone cream and see if they take that as a compliment. Let's see. So we still have alternative, classic. So if I'm right about our eggshell, pearl, and oyster being one of each, then alternative, classic, and garage would go with one of these. I'm not familiar with a rock type that's in any of those. I don't think you'd call pearls rocks. I think you would call a diamond a rock sometimes, but I don't know that I've ever heard pearl called a rock. Things that might be called rock would be a weird purple, but it could happen. So I've only have yellow, which is really sad. Gloss and matte are still here. Would that go with something like pearl? Matte, gloss, pearl. What's another color? or finish type. The only thing I can think of is classic. The problem is classic seems like it can go with anything. Or alternative, but using classic ruins my alternative classic garage idea, but I don't really like that idea very much. If this was a category, what are the other ones? We still have eggshell and nail. I had that idea. Are there phrases about walking on a river, walking in flowers? I don't know. And that would leave oyster as a rock type. I guess I'll try it. No, that's one away still. Oh, not still. That's new info. So I just don't know the other finish then. And I don't have any mistakes left to use. So I'm going to have to figure this out. What does classic go with then? Classic rock. Yeah, it's probably what it goes with. Does that mean it goes with oyster or... If that went with oyster, then we'd have matte, gloss. What was it? Matte, gloss, and pearl. Flower? River? Arena. I don't think I have this right. Would this go with arena then? What did I try? I tried matte, pearl, and gloss in classic is what I tried. It was one away. And I assume classic is what was wrong, but I don't know for sure. We still have eggshell and nail, which I feel like should go together. But I guess... I feel like I almost have all the categories. Like I think I have 3 categories in my head. I just don't know if they're right. The first category is a type of finish. A matte finish, pearl finish, gloss finish. And I don't know what the fourth one is. I feel like we've got, I don't know, types of rock, alternative rock, classic rock, garage rock, like a garage band, types of bands. I don't know. I don't know if that would go with arena or not. And then I feel like the third one is like phrases involving walking, like walking on eggshells, walking on nails. But I mean, metaphorically, I feel like if you're going to do a metaphor, it would be with river and flower. So should I try that? Eggshell, nail, river, flower? I don't know. I'm pretty much giving up at this point. Because I think I have the 3 categories and I'm just not able to pick this apart correctly. But this is the only thing that makes sense if this is a category, so I'm going to go for it. Nah, it wasn't. Okay, well, I'm not surprised. So I was right about arena being the other rock music subgenre. So I guess I could have gotten that one. I wasn't confident. The paint finish was just gloss and pearl together. So yeah, it wasn't a rainbow herring. Eggshell and pearl went together. And there was kinds of beds: flower bed, nail bed, oyster bed, river bed. Oh. Okay, so I was wrong about the purple category. It wasn't like walking on metaphorically. So nail and eggshell didn't go together, and that was my mistake. I was really close with these two. I couldn't finish it. Maybe I should have been able to. I was just not confident. All right. Difficulty. It felt hard to me, but maybe I just did poorly for no reason. I'm going to be kind to myself, say this is a 3 out of 5, and we have a 70% solve rate. They give it a 3.5 out of 5. What's our solve rate today? 64%. Okay. Yeah, so I'm not alone in losing. It's not as bad as some games have been. I'm 1 in a million. No one else did my game. I'm not surprised. I did very poorly. People are getting the paint finishes first. Okay. Wait, eggshell being a paint finish. I don't think I ever considered, actually. No, that was the issue. I didn't know eggshell was a paint finish. I thought it was a color. I don't know. Huh. I got yellow. Green first, purple first. Some people are getting 6% purple first. Is pretty high. Kinds of beds: river bed, nail bed. Huh. I just wouldn't have thought of that. I'm not super familiar with like half of them. Oyster bed, nail bed. I know flower bed and river bed. Okay. People who lost got nothing. I'm not surprised. 16% of losing games got nothing. 8% got only blue. 3% got only yellow. 3%, 4% got blue and yellow. All right, makes sense to me. I didn't know eggshell was a finish. That was what got me. That was the big one. I should have gotten green though. I had it. I just didn't. I just chose to lock something wrong in first. What are people doing? Classic with top tier. I tried that. So did a bunch of people. Green pearl eggshell oyster off white shades. It was a red herring, but it wasn't a rainbow herring, which really threw me off. I meted too hard on this one. I was trying to use meta because I was so lost. Cream, eggshell, gloss, and matte. So trying cream in as the other finish, but actually thinking eggshell's a finish instead of pearl. I knew pearl was a finish, but not eggshell. Pearl, gloss, classic, and matte. Yeah, so blue with random other things. Trying to figure out what the other finish is pretty common. I'm pretty unique in trying this one. I don't know. I was just trying to think of like things you'd walk on, metaphorically. Anyway. The very first mistake is the off-white. Or the most popular first lock-in is off-white, which was a built-in red herring. And I should not have gone for it. I would have had one more mistake. I knew it was wrong because of placement. That's my mistake. All right. Anyway, I'm not complaining that I lost. I know that's going to sound like I'm just like a sore loser. I like to analyze the games afterwards. And especially if I lose, I want to analyze what I lost and how I can do better. And so the way I can do better in the future is, even if you're desperate, if it's obviously a red herring, don't lock it in. If it ends up being true, it'll be unveiled later in the puzzle when you get some other things. So I would have had one more mistake to play around with if I had avoided this based on my instinct. All right. Anyway, that is it for connections. How'd you do? Let's do pips. We'll start with the easy. Well, the 6 goes here. 11. So 7 plus 3 plus 1. And then, yeah, I mean, there are so many ways to do this. 10 seconds could have been even faster. Let's do the medium. Oh, this is a big medium. We have 3 blanks. This needs to be 2 6s. We need a 2 6 to go here. That's guaranteed. And we need a 6 blank to go here. That's also guaranteed. Now it gets a little bit shakier. We need 3 6s in here, 6, 12, 18. So we need a 5 6 to go in here. So doing all the forced moves is, of course, always nice. So we're going to have a 6 down, maybe. Do we have a double? Okay, yeah, we do not have a double domino. So there's no way a domino goes this way. So we need a 6 down, and then what goes with the 6 we need 2 more. So we have 6 1 and 6 3 and 6 4. So this is 1 3 or 4. There are 3 1s. Oh, and we need a blank down to go with it. So that's either the 1 or the 4. Darn, there's 2 options. I'm thinking about using the 4 just because we have some small numbers up here. So that's kind of just a heuristic here. But let's see if this works. And then we need the other 4 to go up. So this needs to be a 5. We have 5 1 and 5 3. We know that a 6 goes in here, so it's going to go up. So the 3 isn't going to go up. The 1's going to go up. And then this is a blank 1. Yeah, I think I chose right. And then this is 1 6 going up. Has to go up. If I can rotate it right. And then now the 6 3 goes in and the 5 3 goes in. All right, 130. I feel like this was a pretty big grid, so I don't mind 130 on this one. All right. Let's do the hard pips. All right, these are 4 equal, 3 equal. This is a 5 and a 6. How many 5s and 6s do we have? We have 2 6s and 2 5s. Now, this could just be a domino like this, but I suspect it's not. Usually it isn't. This is also a 5 6. Interesting. Okay, so this might be the domino, or this might be the domino. So this domino is used up by one of the 11 cages, and then we have the other 5 6 poking out somewhere. The other 5 6 is attached to a 1 and a blank. This needs to be a 1 and a blank. And this needs to be a blank. So I think we're going to do, I don't know, we could do the blank 1 here, or we could do the blank blank here. I'm not sure which. I need an in that's obvious. This is a 1, and it goes into an 11 or down. Be nice to know how these get placed. All right, so obviously this cell is the interesting one. because it's got to go either left or right, and it has to be a double. So what do we have double? We have double blank, we have double 4, and we have double 1. Blanks, we have 5 blanks, but we need to use at least 2 up here. So this cannot be the blank. The 1, oh no, sorry, the double blank, yeah, 2, okay, yeah. Double blank, we'd only have 1 more blank to use down here because 2 of them are used up here. Perfect. Double 1, we would have 3 more 1s to use. One of them would be up here. One of them would be here. So no, can't use the 1s. So it has to be the double 4. And it either goes like this or like this. I'm not sure where. So what are the other 4s doing? We have a 4, 1. Wait, we don't have enough 4s. Okay, so I must have not thought about this correctly. It can't be the double 4. So we have double 1, and we have double blank. So if it was double 1, here's my concern, is we need to use 2 more 1s down here, but there's definitely a 1 in the 1 cage, and there's definitely a 1 in this cage. So there's no way that we're using double 1. Now if we use the double blank, there's 3 blanks left. One of them's in the 1 cage, and one of them's in this less than 1. So clearly I am not logicking this correctly. This definitely has to be a double because we can't place one this way. Did I miss that there's another 4? No, there's not another 4. Okay, let's go through this carefully again. If I do double blank, I need to use a blank. I need to use a blank here and a blank here. So I'd only have 1 blank left, which doesn't work. There's no way to get a 2 cage adding to 1 without using a blank and a 1. And a less than 1 has to also be a blank. So that's 2 blanks used. All right, 1, 1. And again, it could go here, but it doesn't matter. I'm looking at how many 1s are left. I need a 1 in here. It doesn't matter. I'm just showing. And then I need a 1 in here. And I only have 1, 1. Oh, no, I have enough 1s. Okay. I miscounted the 1s. That was the issue. So this is a 1, 1. Now what's attached to 1? We have a 5 attached to 1, which actually we need to use this 5 on the 11. So I like that. And then, so that means that this is the, oh, hold on. I don't have a 6, 6. No, I can't do it this way. Sorry. I'm actually thinking it might do this then. Yeah, it has to do this. Remember, we have just enough 5s and 6s for these 2 11 cages. We don't use them elsewhere. But that means that I can't bridge this gap with a 5, 6. I don't think. Can I? Hold on. Let's look at this again. I might be able to, actually. No, not 1 blank. I want 1, 5. If I do the 6, 5 here, then I can pull the 6 out. That uses up a blank, but I think I have enough. Do I have enough blanks to go down, though? I'm not sure. Let's not fill this 6 yet. And then this would be 1 blank. We're using a lot of blanks here. Oh, no, it could be 1, 3. It could be... No, 1 blank goes here, probably. Hold on. We definitely have a domino here, which means we definitely have a domino here, which means we have a domino here. So this is the 1 blank. And then this is blank something. I can't use the 6 up, so I think the 3 might be the safest one to use here. Yes, because then I can do the 6 blank here and then the blank blank there. Perfect. Yeah, this had to be a double domino. Okay. I didn't see that. So now this is 1 without the 3, so this has to be 1, 4. Perfect. Okay, this is working out. 8 plus 3 is 11, so I could do the 4, 4 here, and then the 1, 3 here. Oh, did I mess this up? I totally messed this up. I need a domino vertically here. So how do I 4, 4 like this, 1, 3 like this, 3, 2. Okay, that's all that problem was. Okay, wow, that took me 5:30. Yeah, obviously it would have been way faster if I counted the 1s correctly. But yeah, that did feel like the in for me is what went down here. And the forced placement of like where do dominoes go is also really important. Even if you don't know what domino goes there, like knowing how they draw out is important. All right, cool. Well, how'd you do? Let's do the mini crossword for Wednesday, October 8th. Blank of personality, cult of personality. Spelling bee rank achieved by getting 70% of total points. I don't know. THC infused gummy, for example, an edible. Grid with numbers, Sudoku. Harvest, I'm not sure. Moth repellent wood, cedar, so it's not Sudoku. I thought it might be, because I mentioned spelling bee also. Join together, unite. Zodiac sign before Scorpio, Libra. Flower that caused the world's first economic bubble. Oh yeah, the tulip bubble. Rock on a band. I don't know what they mean by that. It sells in an old maxim. This is a matrix. Spelling bee rank is genius. 50 seconds. All right, this was gem. Rock on a band is gem. Ah, okay. That makes sense. All right, I think I looked at them all. I just said Sudoku instead of matrix. Oh, reap. Harvest is reap. You reap what you sow. All right, cool. Well, how'd you do? Let's do strands. Today's theme is now hear this. Something about speeches, or I see back here. Back something, back draft. Now hear this. Is it just like noises of some kind, or it's not obvious to me what our theme's going to be. Hear, hear. A bellow. Ooh, there's no W. I thought maybe it was like ways of yelling. Verb. You can hear verbs. Sober. Might have to start with a hint today. Bask. Trek is not CK. Yeah, I'm just gonna start with a hint. Bass. Do we have treble? And then we have alto. Bass and treble, are these like things associated with speaker systems, or are we choir? Are we music parts? What's ending in this ECK? Check. Definitely not. Movek. Lovek. Heck. Soprano. Having both bass and treble. It might be a little bit more generic, and I just happen to get two that are specific to each other. I'm gonna need another hint. Reverb. Okay, so these are more like settings on like an equalizer, or what would you call that? Like disc DJ stuff, stereo. Here we have volume, I think. Sound check. Okay. Yeah, like speaker setup type stuff. Volume, reverb, bass, treble. What else do we have? Two more words. Feedback. So we're just kind of random words associated with speaker systems. Range, mid-range. Okay. Gotcha. All right. I mean, it works. It's just one of those ones where it's like hard to think what words they're going to go for. Well, how'd you do? All right, let's spin the bonus wheel. See what our members are having us play today. All right, we've got Brandon Collins suggesting Word 500. All right, let's play it. All right, this is Word 500. I do play this in my daily games video that I produce every Monday. So if you like this, you're going to like that video. And it's like Mastermind, but basically it's Wordle, but you get the counts instead of exactly what's colored what. Why don't we just start with steel today? 2 yellows. All right, so I like to assume it's the vowels until proven otherwise. So what if we were an AER word? Let's check that. So something like, I don't know, what's like a really good AER word? Caper, maybe? Caper's fun. One yellow. Okay, so we definitely don't have both vowels. I'm going to assume we have the more common vowel of E, although both vowels are quite common. E is slightly more common. So that means no CPR. I don't know if we have the S, T, or L. I got to pick something. I'm going to pick the L because I think it's really easy to form a word that has L here and E at the end. So glove comes to mind. One green. So if we have the E, which I'm going to still assume we have the E until proven otherwise, that means we do not have the L. So we have the S or the T, and we'd end in E. So what if we had like a TE word? Is there something good there? Or I could do like an SH something something E, shine. Seems good. Ooh, all red I love. Because 5 reds means we know those are red. We don't have to make any guesses. So I'm gonna bring in the A then. And I'm gonna say we got the L correct. That seems reasonable. 2 yellows, 1 yellow, 1 green. Sometimes I mess that up. So I think we're an LA word. What goes before the L? A B? B seems like the only one left that can go before L, other than a vowel. Let's look at BLA. Blame, black, blade. Nothing's working. Blade, Blaza. There's plaza. How about blaza? Bland. I'm not seeing a BLA word. AU? We could do ALU. Alum. Alum is just the M. ALA. Lass. I'm thinking about ending in Y, but it's not lady. It's a lady. Clearly. Blady. Okay, I'm going to guess blady, even though I don't know what that word is, but it's going to accept it. 2 greens. You know, it could still be the LA. That's the problem. It probably isn't, but because I just can't think of a word. I could do the LA with 2 that I know aren't in the word. From shine. Will it accept slain? I just want to see if this is 2 green. It's 1 green. Okay, so I've proven it's not LA. So do we want the L or the A? I think we need vowels. So I'm going to bring in the A. Yellow here, yellow here. So no CPR. And it means no L. Because we have the green A here. So we need the T. And then G, O, or V would be green. It can't be the O because the A is in that spot. So it would be the G or the V. Green there. And then we need a B, D, or Y green here. Okay, well, that is interesting, to say the least. So I need to use this T somewhere. Let's think about G here first. And then the T wouldn't go there. The A would go here. The T would go somewhere. We wouldn't have the B. So it would be this. If I didn't need the T... So I think maybe we use the L. Because then we can bring this O in. So what if we don't have the A? Let's do that first. That means we must have the L. We're going to do the forced moves before we do anything else. If we must have the L, we can't use the O third. Right. And we have to use the T anyway. And then one of caper, because one of CPR is yellow. And then one of BDY is green. So we have the L second. The only vowel left is the U. So that's almost certainly going after the L. And then it could be PLU. We could end in Y. Blah. Put the D here. We could do the R somewhere. Blurry is 2 R's. I don't know what's happening here. All right. Let's think about this A again. So let's say I got the A here and A here. This is yellow. This is yellow. No CPR. No L. So we have to have the T. Can't have the O. I had this exact situation, yeah. I was just double checking. I didn't see this. I mean, I didn't see a way to do this. Is there like a T something A VY? No. Is there a G something A TY? I don't think gaudy. Not spelled that way. GAUDY would be a word. All right. So I don't think it's the A, which means it has to be the L. Yeah. So I'm back to these are the only two options. We either have the A green or the L green. That's why I did Slain. And no matter what, we have that T. Like in both cases, we end up with the T. So one of these has to work. I just haven't seen it. All right, let's keep going. So no A. I need a C, P, or R. I have the L. So no O, V, or G. So we always have the T. We're certainly not doing TL. We're not doing LT, I don't think. Can we do a TY? So that would be the green here. It would be a PL TY? Pluti. No. Can we do the T at the end? BL. I have too many vowels here. I guess we could do an R. We could do a blurt. That's the answer. There we go. Ooh. That was hard to pick apart. But when I realized that one of those two options had to be it, I just focused on it more. All right, cool. Yeah, that was a tough Word 500 solve. Usually is. Let me know how you did. If you enjoyed these games, you might enjoy Wordle. You can click at the end of the video. It'll take you right there. I also have a pinned comment with all of the games I played today. And if you enjoyed this, why don't leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.